Alrighty. That should about do it, I think. Excuse me. Alright. Slightly later than I wanted to be, but here we are. Welcome back, as ever, to another thrilling installment of Mecha Mondays, where we'll be continuing to play through all sorts of mecha-related and giant robot adjacent games. Today, of course, again, is Daemon X Machina, because it's cool, and it's as close as we're going to get to an Armored Core 6 within my lifetime, it seems, because FromSoft has apparently no real desire to make another Armored Core title, and so it's up to literally anybody else now to make an Armored Core game. This is as close as we're getting at the moment, and it's a pretty good darned effort. There are good bones here. Alright, so today I want to mostly pound through campaign stuff, because I want to make some actual progress on the story mode. And I think I'm going to switch back away from... No, not missions. Hangar. Switch back away from gun arms, as cool as they are. I think I need to use actual weapons and stuff. Though, gosh darn if they don't make it pretty freaking trivial. Well, let's just grab one of these and then see. Okay, that has high reload support. That has higher reload support, but less precision. Has better memory usage as well, which is worth noting. Only slightly less precision. I think we'll stick with the Claymore and then see. I like the boost of precision support, but I do not like the dip in fire rate and shot delay. Those are kind of useful. I can take or leave melee at this point. It's good for sure, but at the same time, it's like, well, as good as it is. The Claymore. Do I have a left arm Claymore? I don't think I do. Claymore. Not seeing it. Which I think is kind of like a upgraded longsword, but I'm not 100% positive. Let me see factory. I hesitate to even go into the factory, but here we are. Claymore. Where's a Claymore? Shredding, Rakiri, Gladius. No. Oh. And here we go. Cash is going to be an issue if I'm not careful, though. I just did that. Hello. Do not have spare Goliath limbs. I can buy them, but I just don't have the cash at the moment. So I'm looking for another Claymore arm, it seems. And as many Goliath arms as I can get. Oh, here we go. Where's my cash? Oh, I'm at 26k already. That didn't take long. No processor research. Okay, and now I'm basically out of money. To the rousing surprise of not this guy. Money has been a consistent trial at this early stage. Takes quite a bit of time to... Oh, it's another Titan plate variant. Okay. I don't care about the ATs. Any interesting... Okay, this stun and burn repairs are of dubious value, because you can often avoid scenarios where they'll actually affect you, those status effects. And they're limited use anyway, so... A lot of the times when you'd want to use them, it's kind of like, well, or I could just not get hit. You know? Yeah. Like that. Oh, I got a message. Marvelous work. Not a day goes by where we don't hear about your exploits. To have such an impressive service record only several months after completing the aptitude test is nothing short of astounding. Your reputation among our consortium is nearing its zenith. The time has come for us to share with you our actual ideals. That, to know the truth, one must first doubt the truth. Our predecessors, those pioneers of scientific progress, have seen the deceptions of this world, this simulacrum. I can't share the details at this time. Still, you mustn't be remiss. We may be seriously mistaken about the AIs, the outers, and the barrier that surrounds us. The pursuit of truth has driven us to take action. Thus, we encourage you to ask yourself this simple question. What drives you? Excellent question, and I'm glad you asked. And I just realized that I haven't had my chat window up, because I am a smarty pants. If you're out there, I'm sorry, I haven't been deliberately ignoring you. Feel free to post a message or something, so I know you exist. Or don't, and we will return to the basic status quo of I don't exist. Cool. I don't know if you care, rookie, but as far as Daemon and I are concerned, you're one of us. You have the power and the courage to strive for a better tomorrow. If you ever need my help, just ask. Okay. That's cool. Alright. Let me actually get some guns on this puppy. Weapons. I do have some memory overhead to work with. I'm not going to have the deadly drive equipped, though. I'm not 100% sure what I'm actually going to be encountering, so I might wind up going with something safe like missiles. Actually, I'll go with the my rampage hammer. This is the one with a lot of ammo, right? Yeah. Right weapon. Jeez, I have a lot. Oh, sacred moons. I need Titan plates, not sacred moons. Duh. Oh, those are variants, so we're good. Clamshell-ash. How much energy does that use, incidentally? Femto usage 23, that's not too bad. I don't have 2 is the problem. That's pretty decent damage though. 1500 basic and then 1100 laser damage. That's not too shabby. Certainly it's the best energy sword I have for, you know, darn sure. But of course the Anfang Arger, which I think I'm going to equip 2 of on my shoulders, or on my back pylons. So I have the option. Actually, coming up is going to be one of the missions where I need to have a flamethrower on hand. So perhaps I will have one of those instead. Oh, I haven't fiddled with arc guns. I think I'll bring an arc gun along. I'll keep the bazooka. Right pylon. Conventional logic, based on the whole crosscut gimmick, indicates that you should probably go with it is a bigger blast radius, which is different ammo. is less, and it is a slower projectile, but whatever, we'll deal with it. Was I grabbing right? Flamethrower. Yes, I remember now. And then left pylon, melee. We'll have an Arnfarn Argar. Oh, jeez. Sort by ID order, please. Thank you. I don't have mods in a lot of these. I really need to get around to changing that. Even if I just slap basic stuff in there. Doesn't have to be special, but every little bit helps. Most of them are pretty incremental upgrades anyway. Okay. Oh, let me just grab my ice cream real quick. Tiny stat buffs. Unfortunately, they aren't permanent. I wish they were. Go get a waffle cone. Mint chocolate. And mint chocolate. Which improves my landing recovery time substantially. That's very nice. Note to self, kids. If you eat 2 scoops of mint chocolate ice cream in a waffle cone, when you fall from a height of, I don't know, 1,000 meters and hit the ground, your recovery time will be improved by 4%. I think this is important information. Alright, let me just double check my tech tree here. I have nowhere near the money to actually do anything with this, but... Okay, I think I'm going with shield shift. And lock on range. Yeah. Or maybe blitz power instead, yeah. Just so that anything that does get in range of my blitz, I'll actually be able to hurt. Nah, I'll go with lock on range for utility. 25% improvement, though, is pretty substantial. In any case, definitely gonna get... I'd like to get the assault shift, but unfortunately to get that, I would need to get the increased femto absorption, and for outers, that's... there is, as far as I know, literally only one thing that actually uses femto. Two things that uses a femto as an outer, which is your pilot mode, and that is the Reza Buredo, which, why would you be engaging in melee as a pilot against mechs and tanks and whatnot? And I think reviving arsenals costs a certain amount of femto as well. Actually, no, because you can't do that as an outer. And the heal, this thing here, I do not believe, or repair rather, does not cost femto. I'd have to double check that. That might be the other thing that uses it. But femto absorption as an outer is pretty irrelevant, and the fact that you are required to take at least one of them in order to get assault shift cooldown is pretty frustrating. So instead, I split it up between wing shift and shield shift because they're both useful to have in a pinch. I suppose if push came to shove, I'd probably want to do shield shift twice, but then I'd have to go with femto absorption again. And no, we're not doing that. Is not happening, Jeeves. And outer explosion makes you explode as an outer, which costs health. Why? Why would you do this? But yeah, other than that, my basic game plan is pretty clear. Traps maximum, outer HP, repair, and then reload, and then for not lower body head, probably go with shield shift to lock on range. Having more lock on range couldn't hurt as an outer, but yeah. Alright, so that's basically the gist at this point. That is the skinny. I'd need 85k in order to do any of that. So that's not happening. No new free missions. Investigate the North Neutral Zone.
Mission briefing.
I'm stuffy this morning. I
Briefing
don't know
will
why.
now commence. Suspicious activity has been detected in the neutral zone north of the Oval Link. Investigating this activity is the purpose of this mission. Complete any necessary preparations, then stand by and await dispatch. Briefing.
Suspicious activity. In this day and age, that could mean anything. What exactly is happening?
I'm measuring unnatural variations in femtoparticle distribution. It could mean immortals are present, or that someone is manipulating the environment.
Be nice if it was just immortals. Well, not nice, but you catch my drift. The other option sounds like more trouble than it's worth.
An investigation, huh? More like Zen just wants help securing this neutral zone before anyone else can. The quicker we get this over with, the better.
If that's Zen's angle, what's stopping the other consortiums from sticking their noses into this mission? Bet you didn't think of that, idiot.
Huh? Of course I'm aware of that. It's why I'm not scared like you so clearly are.
Shut the hell up! I ain't scared, you ugly cow!
What did you just call me?
Ladies, I'm afraid I must ask you to cease your infernal bickering before I cast you into the oblivion where my patience now resides.
Sorry.
Damn, now that was scary.
While the hegemonic struggle between consortiums interests me little, I cannot allow the Immortals to gain a foothold in the neutral zone. Yet, intervention from other consortiums is to be expected.
You know, the 7 of us are pretty much on every Merc's hit list. Makes it especially tough whenever fights do break out.
Makes sense. This is just the briefing and I already want to shoot you.
Bite me. See what I mean? Everyone's gunning for us. I'm not looking to pick any fights. Got no time for that noise. Think I'm gonna bow out of this one. Toodaloo.
The Five Hells accepts. I have no qualm with this mission in theory. One way or another, a consortium will occupy this territory. If it's Zen, so be it.
Innocence is also on board. Savior's right. Whatever happens, happens.
Let's get ready then.
Awfully laissez-faire attitudes.
I'll start preparing my arsenal.
Alright. Let's do it to it. Let's shoot things in the face.
Approach complete. You have arrived at the mission area. Scanning battlefield. Femtoparticle density levels are high. Radar will not be affected, but the mission area contains steep, uneven terrain. Your visibility will be affected by the intense blizzard. Be mindful of your blind spots. Initiating each arsenal's data link. Opening squad communications channel. Begin the mission.
Let us begin then.
I've already started investigating. Sensor functionality normal. Let's hurry up and finish this.
Rookie, be wary of the surrounding area. Immortals may be hiding nearby.
Attention! Acoustic sensors have picked up a unique waveform. A particular frequency, repeating at a consistent rhythm.
Display the source of the sound on our consoles. Activate stealth and prepare for flanking maneuvers.
Roger that. Wait. This is...
I have visual confirmation of the source of the sound, displaying on your consoles. Identifying unit affiliation based on visual indicators. Complete. Displaying unit ID.
Artist of bullet works. What is that fool doing here?
That's right. A second arsenal is positioned farther away from him. I have identified it despite its stealth capabilities. It's Falcon of Bullet Works.
No doubt here on a mission from Sky Union or Horizon. An unlikely pairing, to say the least.
What should we do?
There is no reason to continue listening quietly. All arsenals, launch a preemptive attack on my signal.
Who knew artists had such quality taste in music?
Target acquired. Firing.
Just goes to show you never can tell.
Whoa! Who's
It's
there?
rude.
Who shot me just now? How'd they even find me?
What the? Are you seriously asking that?
Fool! Stop whining over the wide area channel. Turn off that music!
What? Yeah, how about I turn off my heart while I'm at it?
I don't like how this smells. We should have been more vigilant. Our stealth operation is compromised now, thanks to you.
Yo, investigation missions are a snooze fest. This party's popping now thanks to me.
Justice? No. Duty demands that we carry out this mission. Withdraw at once, or allow me to do my duty. The choice is yours.
Savior, don't be so uptight, my dude. Just relax and enjoy this dope show I'm putting on.
Okay.
Yo, Corporal, you gotta lighten up. Come ride this rhythm with me, baby.
No. Focus on the fight.
I am focused. When I'm riding that rhythm, I'm scary like you would not believe.
Artist is beginning to offend my senses. Concentrate all firepower on him.
I'm fighting for my dreams.
What?
Just give me a moment.
Friggin' doodle this thing's fast. There we go. Got him. I'm gonna take out this chaff, and then I'll start going after targets. Another Ernest Rosino. Oh, that's cute. Chain lightning. I like it. I like it. Doesn't do any damage, but okay.
This is so frustrating. Artist is distracting me from focusing on Falcon.
Deliberate tactic on their part, no doubt. Don't let them deceive you.
Yo, if you got time to talk, you got time to jam. Woo!
Perhaps I should have brought orchestral accompaniment.
This is not an ideal location, and I do not have
You gotta do better than that to
any
burn you.
dynamite damage dealers, which is a 20/20 hindsight problem. This.
strike with such precision in this blizzard.
You're too reliant on your senses. Without them, it's shaky. I can discern your movements from your scent alone.
How? You're in the
Don't let this scare you.
cockpit of a giant robot. On Earth, can you smell us?
Need the money. Continuing this fight is impossible. Specialist, we're withdrawing.
Aw, man. I had the encore track queued up and everything.
Bulletworks has withdrawn from the battlefield. Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized. Based on the outcome
Definitely
of this
making
mission,
some
control of
changes.
this area has been granted to Zen. Further investigations will be conducted later.
A hard-fought victory.
Ugh,
Proved
why
more
would you do this?
challenging than anticipated.
Whew. I'm worn out. 4, give us a return sequence.
Affirmative. Mapping return sequence.
Ironic. The battle between the consortiums only intensifies as greater control is gained over the Oval Link.
Did you say something, Savior?
Ah, pay me no mind. Let us return and revel in our victory. Our justice is fair and true. You will come to understand that in time.
Make your own justice, just like the president in Metal Wolf Chaos would have wanted. Alright, so using an arc gun was a horrible, horrible plan. It does no damage. It does keep people locked down, which is nice, but whew, does me no good whatsoever if I can't actually kill them. So that's not happening. Probably just grab a machine gun again, those worked handily. Oh, here we go. Caution sign. Please be something I can scan. And it is. Now all I need is a I'm with stupid and have it pointing right up to my face. Actually, no, the cockpit's on the torso. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, hey, there's enemies here somewhere. Here. Did that. Okay, so that went well. All things considered. Considering I was not in any way materially prepared for any of that. Hangar. Oh, right, factory. Yep. Not armor, weapons. There we go. And we want to swap our right weapon? Right weapon. For something that won't make me cry. Deep down inside my heart of hearts and my bone of bones. So probably a Silver Raven or a Caladrius, I don't know. Caladrius is what, 49 damage? 17 more, yeah. Crap, optimum range. Crap range in general. 30, bunch of ammo in reserve, which is nice. And what we've got, so we're ready with more damage. Fire rate is a lot slower, so I think the Caladrius is better for ammo dumping. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot I had the Grim Reapers. For actual bang shooty. Yeah, just like, 2 of those? I don't have 2, but yeah, I gotta get 2 Grim Reapers. Grim Reaper 3s, I should say. Fire as slow as I'll get out, though. Alright, I've got my Anfang Arger. Let me change my shoulder weapon to something a bit more appropriate. Okay, I can have that equipped, that's good. Actually, these are faster. And they're multi-locks. And they hit harder. And I think there was more total ammo in that too. Oh yeah. Not by a lot though. It's got to be the lock on that, and it's lighter. So yeah, we'll stick with that for now. What do we have for an auxiliary? I think we have ammo right now. I don't really care about down boosting at this point. Cooling can be nice if you absolutely have to keep running from something, but just having more reserve ammo I think is probably the best way to go. That and things like where you... Or is that a shoulder weapon? There's something that heals you. I don't remember where it is. I think that's a shoulder weapon actually, isn't it? The yeah, devotion. Those are pretty handy. Okay, I think we're good for the moment. Oh, shot. Let me check to see if there's any processors. New processors, that is. I can't afford any of them, but that's what we expect now. Lock control, no. Boost up, no. Nope, no Mark 3s or anything of that sort yet. Okay, moving along. We have free missions. Destroy the runaway train. Eliminate the enemy AIs. Claim the airbase. Neither of these look particularly challenging. How hard can it be to destroy a train, he says to himself.
Briefing will now commence. This mission is a request from Orbital. A consortium train has been claimed by AIs. I've confirmed that it is moving through enemy territory. The objective of this mission is to destroy the train. Because the train is moving at high speed, Orbital will loan you an additional booster. Complete any necessary preparations. Briefing over.
So apparently it's a fast train, and I'll need a booster for it. I don't know how I feel about that. Mostly because...
Scanning battlefield. Femto particle density is low. Short-range radar will not be effective. Detecting train. Its defense systems have been enhanced. Caution is advised.
Ow. Okay, so that went horribly. There's nothing I can do. Okay, so we're going to just exit and abort. And we're going to switch to actual weapons. Because I think that's probably the smarty pants type thing to do. Yeah, this is fine. I feel, I'm not happy about it, but I feel forced to switch back to those machine gun arms. Okay. Oh, because the shoulder weapon I have, I see. Alright. This should go a bit smoother. Although I think I'm more fragile now, if anything, which is sort of a paradox, but what I'm probably gonna do is like hop onto the, like blow up one of the turrets on the train and then just walk my way forward and call it a day. Which is probably what I should have done in the first place in 2020 hindsight.
Scanning battlefield. Femto particle density is low. Short-range radar will not be effective. Detecting train. Its defense systems have been enhanced.
Ow.
Caution advised.
Come on, jump. Jump?
Target response diminishing. 80% BP remaining. Target response diminishing. 60% BP remaining. Target destroyed.
Much better.
Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized. Initiating return sequence.
I apologize, I was feeling exceptionally spiteful and petty. That was not especially hard, and I'm tempted to redo that. I will not get in front of the train, though. I imagine that would end poorly. Probably paint. couple more times to to 100% the combat data.
Scanning battlefield. Femto particle density is low. Short-range radar will not be effective. Detecting train. Its defense systems have been enhanced. Caution advised. Target response diminishing. 80% BP remaining. Target response diminishing. 40% BP remaining. Target destroyed.
Easy.
Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized. Initiating return sequence.
Just have to do that a couple more times. Side goal cleared. How much does that earn me? I know I got 20k base. Oh, 9,500. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Interesting that it provides a bullet-resistant coating, but it did not appear to be especially bullet-resistant. I saw red damage numbers as opposed to gray ones, so that leads me to believe that it is not indeed bullet-resistant. Yeah, definitely have to take out the turrets first, because getting knocked on your butt is not particularly productive.
Scanning battlefield. Femto particle density is low. Short-range radar will not be effective. Detecting train. Its defense systems have been enhanced. Caution advised.
Like that. I evidently took out a lot fewer of these things than I thought I had.
Target response diminishing. 80% BP remaining. Target response diminishing. 60% BP remaining. Target response diminishing. 20% BP remaining. Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized. Initiating return sequence.
I haven't seen any of those energy cores pop up, so I'm not sure. I think that's probably where one would be, and then there's one on its roof as well. I'm not seeing any others. So maybe I need to get in front of it and shoot the front. Because a lot of the time, in order to get stuff like the, whatever rare drop they have, either it's required or your odds are dramatically boosted by taking out bits of armor covering, or by taking out the cores themselves, and sometimes that means taking out the armor around them. So I'll try that for my next one, if I don't get a, actual, no I didn't. I did not get any actual equipment drop. And then I'll keep trying to boost backwards, I guess. I realize these aren't exactly story missions, but this is a grind I'd have to do anyway, and I might as well do it on stream. So there. Y'all's get to enjoy it anyway. Yeah, this
Scanning battlefield.
disco ball that I have on my
Femto
head is
particle
really
density is low.
deadly
Short-range
drive.
radar will not be
Is
effective.
really only good against
Detecting
these.
train.
I keep calling them
Its
mobile
defense
armor
systems have been
bosses,
enhanced.
but they're
Caution advised.
colossal immortals. Jeez Louise.
Target response diminishing. 80%
There's
BP
one.
remaining.
That's right, get run into it. Just run right into it, you. Don't get caught in front, please.
Target response diminishing. 40% BP remaining. Mission complete.
Okay.
Mission accomplishment recognized. Initiating return sequence.
Yeah, making sure to keep inside optimum range is pretty tricky because there aren't obvious tells. There aren't always obvious tells in the sense that you don't. You have to be paying attention to your damage numbers. No, still didn't get anything from it. I'm hoping maybe it doesn't drop one, but it probably does. And that'll require whatever farming has to be done. I can pretty easily find out from either the factory, equipment, weapon. It's probably a weapon. Missiles. Yeah, Riot 0 is from the Snatcher. So I need to actually get the, what are its stats, incident? No? No? No. Not weapon strip, switch. Change display, that's the one. Has pretty reasonable ammo. Reasonable damage. I mean, it's a vertical launch missile system, so it's kind of no muss, no fuss. I'm not going to bother fighting it again just yet. I'm going to go after whatever this other mission here is. Free mission. Including the airbase.
Mission briefing.
And I'm going to switch my
Briefing.
shoulder-mounted weapon.
An airbase owned by Horizon has been captured by corrupted AIs. Reclaiming the airbase is the objective of this mission. Complete any necessary preparations. Then stand by and await dispatch. Briefing over.
Cured. Oh wow, that's a lot of active folks. Let me change my shoulder weapon here, because the deadly drive, because of its widespread, is not particularly useful, unfortunately, for general mucking about and use. Whereas the Rampage Hammer, it very much is. Doesn't do much damage, but it, if you have to deal with Strides, which it looks like we're going to have to, it is extremely handy. They'll miss a couple of the missiles will not hit, but eventually you are going to hit them, and then you'll hit them repeatedly.
Approach complete.
Then it's a matter of
You have arrived at the mission area.
keeping them
Scanning battle.
perma-stunned, or perma-stamina locked.
Short-range radar will not be effective. The facility must only incur minor damage.
What are you?
And low altitude combat. The enemy AIs have arrived. Eliminate them at once. The facility must only incur minor damage.
Oh.
Prevented from taking further damage.
Don't get more points than me, got it? Sweet.
The facility must only incur minor damage. Prevented from taking further damage.
I'm not exactly shooting the facility, though, am I?
Gotta do better than that.
Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized.
I'll take
Mapping
a Legion
return sequence.
arm. I think there's a Stradiator.
Enemy reinforcements detected. Caution is advised.
Is that a Mark III or a Mark II? I couldn't tell.
This is a tough
It is a
enemy.
3, I want one.
It's not too late to run.
Oh, it's Diablo, aka, not Amaro, Ray.
Where you going?
Ugh.
This wound is gonna cost you. You know you're asking for it, right?
He did. painless, actually. Wow, that's a lot of swordbreaker equipment. We're gonna go with the left arm. Oh, so this thing was the thing I was not supposed to make explode. So that's probably gonna cost me in terms of end mission reward. I'm pretty sure I had greater than 70% VP, but we'll see. You have obtained a new voice. Oh, cool. I can be Amuro. Neat. Sulky Amuro. Yes. Yeah, they took a chunk out of my pay, but meh. I still got the bonus, so that's what counts. Very nice. And I have dual Grim Reaper 3s, so I can put in work now for doing other things. Using actual arms. Isn't that nice? So, what do we got? Defend the factory. Horizon has invaded a production facility in Sky Union's territory. Team up with other reclaimers to defend the facility and salvage the situation. Okay.
Mission briefing. Briefing will now commence. This is an emergency mission. A factory in Sky Union's territory is currently under attack by Horizon's forces. Your objective is to defend this factory. Complete any necessary preparations, then stand by and await dispatch. Briefing over.
What's the makeup of these armed forces?
I'm reviewing that with Sky Union, but I have no details to share at this time. It seems the security forces stationed at the facility have been forced to entrench themselves to avoid being overrun altogether.
I don't care about some petty consortium tiff. Let them work it out on their own.
It might be better if Bullet Works took this mission. Let's prepare for dispatch. 4. Keep us abreast of the combat situation.
Mission accepted. Battle data will be updated every 10 minutes.
Count me out, Major. Someone else can handle this mission if they need the credits that badly.
You're going. That's an order.
Why the hell should I? If we were up against Immortals, I'd be all over this mission. Fighting other people is a waste of our time.
Alright, Amaro, I'll tell you why you're gonna go on the mission, because otherwise, Bright is gonna slap you, and you're gonna have a bad time. Don't go burying your giant robot in the desert now.
That's for BG to decide, not you. Bullet Works has accepted this mission. You are a soldier of Bullet Works. Shall I go on, or are you done wasting my time?
You've made your point.
We don't have time for your ego right now, understand? If you really need some grandiose reason to fight, you can look for it when you're on the battlefield.
Fine. I guess I'll come. If you're this desperate for my help, lead with that next time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to prepare my arsenal.
Once we're ready, we'll depart for the mission area. With you watching our backs, I feel good about our chances. We'll get everything situated on our way to the mission area. Make sure you have the strategy memorized by the time we arrive. That's all. Dismissed.
So, for anyone who hasn't been watching these as we've gone along, the Japanese voice actor for Crimson Lord and for Diablo are... oh, nice job, dude. You backed out like a goof. Are the same voice actors for Char Aznable and Amuro Ray from Mobile Suit Gundam, respectively. So there's a couple entertaining in-jokes there, at least in the Japanese dialogue, occasionally that pops up, but they're not necessarily obvious. It's mostly just like a cute little nod,
Approach
and then
complete.
that's kind of it.
You have arrived at the mission area.
I hate these things. What are these
Chemical
called?
particle density is low. Radar will not be affected. Initiating each arsenal
Soul Kitsu.
Opening squad communications channel.
I don't know what
I'll
that
command
means.
this squad from the rear. 4. Link the most up-to-date
There
battle
we
data
go.
with all squads.
That's so kit. Those
Mission has been updated
these things,
based on the
these
current battle data.
they look like blackbirds or something. Are really obnoxious because they're so fast.
It would seem the facility is too damaged to be of further use to them.
What on earth are these?
They were
Chaff
dead?
beacons?
then why are we even here? What about the enemy?
Processing. Unidentified arsenals are approaching. Be careful.
Spectacular.
Most likely Horizon forces.
Rookie, you and the lieutenant continue the mission. You two are closest to the heliport. Any objections?
That's an order, yeah? Consider it done.
Oh,
Arsenal pilots.
oh, these
We are
guys.
conducting an ongoing mission. Leave this area at once.
Terrors. Major, the enemy is terrors.
What? I figured the Western Seven had accepted Horizon's mission.
I knew Sky Union would attempt to evacuate its valuable data, but I didn't expect interference so soon.
I like how the Terror's logo actually sort of flows together when they have multiple text boxes.
But you expected interference nonetheless. We're all professionals here. You have your mission, we have ours. If you wish to stop us, you're welcome to try.
I can't back down now. Not after that little exchange. It'd make Bullet Works look bad. Plus, I hate how you're talking down on us. Like your victory is a sure thing. Come on, Rookie. Let's do this.
You got it. This arsenal's not just for show.
Attention. Target Alpha is ready for takeoff.
Alright, Regret.
Will be taken off.
Let's have a bad day.
Ensure no fewer than 3
As soon as I
safely evacuate
knock
the
your
area.
butt onto the ground. Like that. Just cruise into optimum range and begin the shredment.
Better than I expected. I've taken more damage
Like
than
that.
expected. The generator's conversion efficiency is dropping.
Swordbreaker.
I will withdraw.
Where are you? There you are. Chaff this.
Attention. Target Bravo is ready for takeoff. The second helicopter is taking off. The data has most likely been dispersed among them.
Doesn't matter who is first to take. Simply bring them all down.
Just take care of this guy here, and then
Not bad. Though the professor may be
I
upset
don't know
by
what that is,
this.
but I'm taking it.
Or perhaps he'll be delighted.
Oh wait, that's one of ours.
Horizon's
Whoops.
forces have withdrawn. The evacuation may proceed without interference. Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized.
Nicely done, you two. We were able to put out the fires while you kept terrorists busy. Rescue operations are going smoothly too. You guys made all the difference out there. Still, I'm a little concerned by what terrorists said. If Horizon's mission was just a face-saving measure, then what was terrorists really after?
I don't think you can ever really understand why someone fights. Everyone, even us, is out fighting for different reasons. Wouldn't you agree, Major?
At any rate, as far as terrorists is concerned,
Let's see if
just
there's
have to
a
defer to BG's judgment. 4. Map a
graffiti
return
on any of
sequence.
these.
Affirmative. Mapping return sequence. Return according to
Not
instructions.
seeing any there. There's this, which I think I have already. I do. There's this switch. Oh, I do have that one. Never mind. Okay, cool. Got our graffiti that we'll never equip most of the time, but hey, we have it. Visit the lab to see this voice for your character. Huh. Wonder if that's Crimson Lord. That'd be cool. Alright. I tend to go towards a new component if I don't have one yet. I haven't been taking my ice cream. How much cash do I have? Wow, I almost have 200k already. My cash problems are evaporating. That's a very good feeling. Lychee, that's that tart. No, that's umeboshi. Never mind. I have no idea what lychee is off the top of my head. Is it a cherry byproduct? Body modification. I want to go for upper body. Here we go. I need to make progress on this thing. Oh, I can get one step away from repair. Let's do that. And out our HP. No reason not to. And then I just need the 100k to get that. Alright, I just went from being comparatively flush to being an absolute pauper in the space of seconds. So that was a good feeling, I guess. Outer ability measurement test. Mission is a mandatory performance test to gauge your ability as an outer orbital is required to keep a record of your ability and condition. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay.
Mission briefing. Briefing will now commence.
Give us your metadata.
This mission is a request from Orbital. Orbital is conducting a test to measure the abilities of registered mercenaries over a certain rank. Test data will be used to calculate mission completion probabilities. Rewards will be paid out based on completion time. We would like you to participate. Complete any necessary preparations. Then stand by and await dispatch. Briefing over.
So is it like a obstacle course, or... Oh, here we go. You survived. That's a rare occurrence when facing terrors, especially if they're fighting it to their fullest. More importantly, those AIs that were with them are not registered in Orbital's database. They could be considered an offshoot, as they have the same appearance as other models, but their active algorithms and base language are different from previous AIs. Furthermore, their performance as derived from battle data shows values that are distinctly different from standard aircraft. I will continue to investigate this matter. Please be careful. Interesting. Alright. Eliminate the enemy AIs, it says. Alright. Do it within 2 minutes. That should be easy. I foresee few, if any, difficulties.
Approach complete. You have arrived at the mission area. Scanning battlefield. Femtoparticle density is near zero. Radar will not be affected. Initiating each arsenal's data link. Opening squad communications channel. Begin the mission. Enemy reinforcements detected. Eliminate all enemy reinforcements.
No.
Enemy reinforcements detected. Eliminate all enemy reinforcements. Alert. Enemy reinforcements detected. Eliminate
Some
all
hitching.
enemy
I'm not sure what that's all about.
This is the last wave of reinforcements.
Okay.
Target eliminated.
Very nice.
Mission complete.
Go collect those
Mission accomplishment
strives.
recognized. Mapping return sequence.
Any Titan plates? And I don't have another Thunderbird, I don't think. Just heal up, just in case. Alright. Was really, really easy. These machine gun arms, man. They're ridiculous. They make me feel powerful. Message. Sky. I believe you already know about Sky Union's annihilated forces. Based on the findings of this incident, Sky Union's board has concluded that this and other instances of interference were acts of sabotage orchestrated by Zen. But of course they would. Sky Union is now building up their forces, with their gaze fixed firmly towards Zen as their primary target. The contents of their mission requests to Orbital support this conclusion. A purge will soon begin. An analysis of Sky Union's increased military might shows that Zen's defeat is a foregone conclusion. But is there any evidence to support the findings of this incident? I don't know. How did you find? Never mind. Never mind. Alright, so that was painless. Investigate the freight train. I'm guessing this may be another boss fight?
Mission briefing.
Or maybe not.
Briefing will now commence.
Toot toot.
We've confirmed that a Horizon freight train is transporting illicit materials through the neutral zone. Your objective is to investigate the train's cargo and respond to any materials that are in violation of the treaty. Complete any necessary preparations, then stand by and await dispatch. Briefing.
Huh? Aren't there immortals to break?
This mission does not have designated enemies.
Then I don't want to do it. I want to break stuff.
Okay.
My lady, you mustn't behave so boorishly.
Harumph!
will accept this mission. Register us for.
Registration confirmed.
That was rather fast.
I'm an investigator and analyst, not a fighter. As long as there are no enemies, this should be easy for me.
You see, my lady, mercenaries are not merely hired killers. They have other duties as well.
Yeah, but...
Well, this is a surprise. The mystery pilot of that black arsenal is just an old man on babysitting duty.
That is not an incorrect interpretation. I made no attempt to hide my identity, though. You'll see I'm properly registered in the mercenary database.
Right. Do you think my Lord Brother will praise me if I do this mission?
But of course. Young Master Savior will undoubtedly be pleased to discover that you've completed a mission on your own.
Okie dokie. 5 hells accepts.
Mission acceptance confirmed. Sending this.
Okay. Bye-bye, rookie.
Okay.
If you'll excuse us.
Rookie, if you accept this mission, you should prepare for a combat situation. Ideally, we'd only need to investigate. But given the tensions between the consortiums, BG thinks anything could happen. Anyway, I've said my piece. Excuse me now.
You got it, champ. Gotta be approaching B rank soon, I would imagine.
Approach complete. You have arrived at the mission area. Scanning battlefield. Femtoparticle density is low. Radar will not be affected. Initiating each arsenal's data link. Opening squad communications channel.
Hey, where's that suspicious train?
The train will arrive in approximately 5 minutes. Please stand by until arrival.
I guess the old man didn't want to babysit after all.
He said it was important that I face this on my own. So, unless you want me to break you, stay out of my way.
You two hang back, just in case. And let me handle the investigation.
In case of what?
Processing. Radar has picked up unidentified units. Caution is advised.
In case of that, 4, what's the status of the train?
The freight train is on schedule. It will pass through this point soon. Attention. The unidentified units in the mission area are 3 arsenals.
My, if it isn't the rookie. Feels like we keep running into each other, kiddo.
We're here on Zen's orders. Our mission is to guard this freight train, which means you must be here to...
Relax. Destroying the train isn't our objective. We're just here to investigate whether it's transporting illicit materials.
Well, I hate to break it to you after you've come all this way, but your little investigation is unnecessary.
I see. So you know you're really guarding more than just a train, then?
Attention. The train is passing through the area. You may begin the mission.
I'll move alongside the train to scan the cargo. Heaven, you hold them off until the analysis of the scan is complete.
You mean I can break them?
If they won't back off, do what you must.
Yay! This is gonna be so much fun!
Beginning the mission. Let's go.
Time to bust out the party favors. If you'd rather not die, don't let me spoil the rest.
Her weapon is non-standard. No matches exist in my database. Caution is advised.
Charged up and ready to
where
go.
are you?
Don't say I didn't warn you. Now get away from that train.
You're boring me.
Miss.
At least she's persistent.
My
There we
brain's
go.
jacked up. It's not moving how I want. I hate to
That's
do
nice.
this, but I can't afford to die here. Queen withdrawing.
Time to charge the next shot. Huh? What's the matter with this thing? What the? The barrel's warped. Overheat, piece of trash. Fine. I'll just do this my way.
I don't know what gun you have, but I want it now.
Cargo scan in progress. We're still a long way from Horizon's territory.
We passed through 20% of the mission area. Continue the mission while I analyze the scanned data. However, even if illicit materials are discovered, if Zen's forces continue to obstruct us, the train may not
Berger, we've
execute
got a
the command
cannon.
stop.
Let's go with the arm.
If their interference persists, you'll have no choice but to take them down.
Oh, there's a third one here.
Serves me right for using an unfamiliar weapon. No feedback's running to my arsenal's energy system. Empress withdrawing.
Candy tastes like strawberries.
What?
Delicious.
Oh shit, is that Hawk? I'll feel really dumb if it is. No, they're showing up as an enemy.
Cargo scan complete. We should be halfway toward Horizon's territory.
We've passed through 50% of the mission area. More time is required to complete the analysis. Interview.
Perfect. Investigation's a wrap and this cargo is hot. Looks like that data we got was right on the money. 4. Ask Orbital to stop this train.
No.
Sending request to orbital. The target is no longer functional.
You.
Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized.
Candy tastes like Savior is gonna give me all kinds of praise for this. Thanks, Rookie.
You're
That
welcome.
ought to light a fire under the Consortium's butts. Fun times. And it's only gonna get more fun from here. Time to head back. Orbital's investigation team can take over from here.
Mapping return sequence. All units return according to instructions.
I don't know where heaven is. Is that the one I shot down? I'll feel really stupid if that's the case. Oh, there she is. She's right above me. No, that's not the one I shot down. We're good. That was goofy how the AI just got stuck in the train, though. That was special. That was special, for sure. But hey, we got through it. Alright, let me actually save. That'd probably be good. I haven't saved in a while. I do have auto-saving on, so it shouldn't be an issue, but better save than sorry. Doubt. We've received Orbital's reports on the Black AIs. These enemies you fought are not Consortium weapons. We suspect that they may be Black enemies reported by the very first Reclaimer squad. With this truth, a greater mystery has surfaced. Where have they been this whole time? Why have they waited until now to attack us? What is their connection to terrors? No! Grief! Thus far, doubt has formed the basis of our actions. Do we truly have wills to call our own? If that doubt of truth, that hypothesis is itself true, then we can explain much of what is happening in Oval. Fear always arises from ignorance, or so the saying goes, and at this moment the truth is what's most terrifying. If you have the will to discover the truth, then keep fighting, because you may be our only hope. Okay. Alright. Investigate Orbital's territory. Okay. Defend the valuable facility.
Mission briefing.
Defense missions. So much fun. Yay.
Briefing will now commence.
I'm ecstatic.
The objective of this mission is to investigate the neutral zone under Orbital's supervision. Due to the extensive scope of this investigation, multiple similar missions have been issued. Complete any necessary preparations, then stand by and await dispatch. Briefing over.
I understand the scope of this investigation, but what specifically are we looking for?
There is a power plant in this area that was built at the start of the 7th Oval Link construction project and is still in operation. Over the past few weeks, a discrepancy has emerged between the amount of energy it's generating and the amount of energy actually being utilized.
Sounds like bad data or busted meters, but it doesn't sound like it's a job for mercs!
I agree. Shouldn't we be investigating the power plant itself? It's a very old facility after all.
Immortals, corrupted AIs, or an unknown third party may be in the area, siphoning energy for reasons unknown. This area contains other important facilities, which is why Orbital is requesting an immediate investigation.
Huh? Important facilities?
Yes, facilities that are important to Orbital.
You making fun of me?
4. Quit beating around the bush already. Even you have to admit it's rude to be this evasive. If there's classified info you can't share with us, just say so.
I apologize. I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of any alleged classified information.
Well, I guess that explains why the reward for this mission is so high. Innocence accepts.
I don't like this! Not one bit! But I accept! Oh, but if I find whatever's messing with the power plant, I want a bigger reward!
Mission acceptance confirmed. Orbital will provide a larger reward if those conditions are met.
Do you really think you can find whatever's causing the power to drop?
Shut up, twerp! If anyone's gonna find it, it'll be me!
I believe in him. I believe in the him that believes in him. That's what I believe in. That guy's a goofball.
Approach complete. You have arrived at the mission area. Scanning battlefield. Femtoparticle density is 0. Radar will not be affected. Initiating each arsenal's data link. Opening squad communications channel.
Checking the terrain data. Looks like that facility right in front of us is the power plant. What are all these other buildings, though?
I'm sorry, I cannot answer that.
Yeah, I figured as much.
I'll investigate the power plant! You two keep your eyes peeled for enemies!
Sounds good. Rookie, we'll split up and search the mission area. We better get to it then.
Okie dokie. Oh.
Alert. This is an urgent request from Orbital. A moonfall event is occurring in this area.
Who the what now?
The objective of your mission has been updated. Protect all important facilities from incoming lunar debris.
What? I can't hear you. What's happening?
The first wave of debris is inbound, displaying debris trajectory on your consoles. Destroy all debris large enough to damage the facilities.
Say again, I can't hear.
Yo! Look up!
What the? Meteorites! Not good! They're gonna hit us!
Loud
Punch it. Punch it. What are these? Tell you what, they're dead. Dead.
Where's the next enemy?
Oh, goodness gracious. Dang, indeed. There was another one over here somewhere. Where'd it go? She said she would display trajectories. I'm getting not a heck of a lot of that. I'm not doing a particularly good job of this, am I? I can protect one, I can't protect like 3. Ah! No!
Well, that was easy. We can totally handle it with our weapons.
Damage to the gravity control system is critical. Caution is advised. I am currently requesting the disclosure of classified information from Orbital. Access granted.
Excellent. Now can you tell us what's going on?
The facilities in this territory are responsible for controlling the moon's gravity.
They're
Just now,
what?
The efficiency of the gravity control system dropped significantly. This resulted in the current moonfall event.
Dumb it down for me!
The Oval Link's gravity control system is holding up the moon. It also keeps femto particles from breaching the barrier.
Holding up the moon?
Apparently, that's why the Oval Link was built in the first place. To keep femto particles, lunar debris, even the moon itself, all within the barrier. And if that system were to fail...
If we're wrecking moon rocks, that mean the moon's gonna fall?
Looks that way. Still, the Oval Link system shouldn't be capable of failing in the first place. Why is this happening now?
You know what's causing it?
Cause unknown. Orbital is currently working to restore the system before they investigate the cause. It will take a few minutes to switch over to the backup system. However, the backup system will not stop the debris
Here we
currently
go.
in freefall.
Jeez Louise.
If that debris destroys the gravity control facilities, our efforts will have been for nothing. Destroy all debris falling toward this area until the system is back up and running again.
Yeah, okay.
Our choice is clear. If we let the moon fall, the world will face another awakening.
No way I'm dying here! I still got time left to serve!
Like maybe 1 in 5 is actually gonna hit anything, but the problem is it's really hard to gauge which one is actually gonna hit anything. I can't keep flying between these. I'm gonna have to do triage. Absolutely is a threat, though. I should have got something with a longer radar lock range. absolutely toast.
System restoration 20% complete.
What?
This is going to take some time, it seems.
I was not equipped for this. Sniper rifles, cannons, railguns would have been all a better choice. Whatever, I can keep one from being destroyed. I know I can do that. That's easy. That one I'm gonna just write off as a loss, and that one behind it I'll write off as a loss as well.
System restoration 50% complete.
That's positive.
Damage to the gravity control facilities has reached 50%.
Yeah.
Observe the trajectory of the debris
Kinda
and
gathered.
prevent direct hits against the facilities. System restoration 80% complete. Gravity control facilities operational.
There's some serious ammo problems.
Processing. Damage to the gravity control facilities is at 80%. Restoring all systems will prove difficult. Defending the facilities is your top priority. Switch to backup system complete. Gravity control system operations have been restored to 104%.
Thank goodness for small
All
favors.
debris has been cleared. Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized.
Did we do it? Don't feel like much of a win, though. What were we even fighting?
Phew. We pulled that off by the skin of our teeth. Were the Immortals behind this?
An injunction has been placed on this mission. Do not leak any information to outside parties. Now mapping return sequence. All units return according to instructions.
Yeesh. See, I don't see any facilities that look outright destroyed, but my definition of destroyed and their definition of destroyed may be very different animals. I don't see any red stuff on the radar, so I'm not going to worry about it. Cool, new ally with notes. Neat. That was frightening. Hectic. Having a sniper rifle would have really helped there. And a longer range lock-on. I could have made do if I had a sniper rifle or something with longer effective range. Massage. Your combat style is very inspiring. I'd love a chance to learn from you. After all, practice makes perfect. Even though I can become just a little stronger, that would help me make my family's dreams come true. I'm so happy for you. No, really, I am happy for you. Defend the new transporter. Oh, great. Defense objectives? Grumble.
Mission briefing. Briefing will now commence. The objective of this mission is to guard Zen's newly constructed transport aircraft. The aircraft will be delivered to a mining base in the Oval Link. You will wait on base at the airport for the aircraft to arrive and protect it until delivery is completed. Complete any necessary preparations, then stand by and await dispatch. Briefing over.
Total control of the Oval Link is nearly within reach, yet they're still developing new units.
Whoa! Reaper of the Western Seven? What's a guy like you doing at this briefing?
You got a problem with that?
He's just nervous to meet someone so famous is all. Cute little guy, don't you think?
Sergeant! I'm not nervous.
And keep your damn head on straight.
Well, I think it makes sense they're launching new units. To the consortiums, Oval is a haven of resources, not a battlefield. Once it's under total control, resource extraction will kick into overdrive, and they'll start developing all kinds of new tech.
4. Show me the data on this aircraft. Something this size could haul a ton of resources.
It's kinda demoralizing to see how they're reaping the spoils of all our hard work. Wouldn't kill them to try covering their own asses. 4.
I forwarded your feedback to a Zen representative, but it had no effect on the content of this mission.
You what?
As I've said, I am not programmed for humor. May I continue the briefing?
4 is programmed for humor, but at our expense.
Sure. Sorry. Anyway, you were saying?
The target aircraft has weaponry that can fight off corrupted AIs and lesser immortals. However, the aircraft has not been disguised, nor is it carrying ammunition. The terms of the Consortium Treaty prohibit all aircraft from being disguised or armed beyond the boundaries of the Oval Link. The aircraft will be processed once it arrives at the base.
Huh. This sounds like a pain in the ass.
The aircraft will be in stealth mode during its approach, but stealth mode will deactivate when it prepares for landing. If the Immortals choose to strike at that moment, the aircraft's destruction is all but guaranteed.
Which is where we mercs come in. Got it. The Western Seven accepts.
Huh. I'm surprised you would accept such a lowball mission.
We don't have the right to refuse work. Besides, I want to get a good look at that Zen model for future reference.
Future reference? But the Oval Link is nearly under total control.
And from there, development starts. Just like you said, kid. The Immortals aren't a mercenary's only enemies. War's not just gonna up and vanish once the Oval Link's under control and the Immortals are defeated.
What are you...
Seems pretty clear to me what the future has in store for us mercs. Something to think about is all.
Seems fair and very forward-thinking of him. I approve.
Man, who does that guy think he is?
If the Western Seven are getting involved, we can't just ignore that. 4. Bullet Works accepts this mission.
You think they're scheming something?
I ain't saying that. I just got a funny feeling about this new aircraft is all. Rather be safe than sorry. Call it a hunch.
Oh, come on! I explained why it's not that big of a deal. Rookie, you agree with me, don't you?
I'm not saying Reaper's right, and I'm not saying you're wrong, Johnny. As for you, Rookie, do whatever your gut tells you.
Alright.
Approach complete. You have have arrived at the mission area. Scanning battlefield. Femtoparticle density is low. Terrain data provided by Zen's mining base. Initiating each arsenal's data link. Opening squad communications channel.
How long till the aircraft arrives?
It's currently flying in stealth mode. I cannot confirm its location on the radar. If it arrives on schedule, you should see it soon.
Oh, I think I see it. Is something chasing it?
Processing. The aircraft is being pursued by corrupted AIs. Aircraft has entered low-altitude airspace. Begin the mission.
Looks like my hunch was right on the money.
Still, why didn't it send out a rescue signal? All units, stay alert and advance on the aircraft. Eliminate all enemy AIs pursuing the target. Move out!
Man, I wish I had an altimeter.
Hey, is this really a transport aircraft? 'Cause this sucker is packing missile launchers. Nah, what the hell? I thought this thing was an arm.
Something's not right. Get away from the aircraft!
Alert. Detecting a powerful echo response visiting.
Must be having some kind of nightmare. What the hell is that?
I don't know. Why don't you ask? Either way, that one, the course should be visible. Huh? Everyone, get back! Boost the hell away from that thing! Don't approach the aircraft from its sides. Stay out of the enemy's firing range so it's missing. Is attacks even working? Sure as hell doesn't feel like they are.
Keeps moving around. Can't tell.
The target's energy response has dropped to 50%. Continue your assault.
You heard the lady. If you run low on ammo, take some from an enemy. And if an enemy doesn't have ammo, then chuck them. It's do or die time, rookie.
The target's energy response has dropped to 25%.
So these things that I'm shooting off of it right now are,
We can win this. Maintain our...
No way we're letting you out of here. I got to watch you roll out. And now...
oh, I already killed it, so too late. Basically, those are things you can pick up and throw at it. And unfortunately, I don't have arms that can do
Mission
that,
complete.
so you won't be able to see that this time.
We're close to complete control over the oval link. Sure doesn't feel like it. Either way, as long as there are battles to fight,
Yeah.
sign me up.
Basically, you can.
Do expect a
What they
bonus
normally
to
do,
back.
unfortunately, didn't this time. Thank goodness.
You two should be
Is
grateful. Only reason you're still
they
alive
electrocute
is 'cause
you,
of my
and it
hunch.
sucks because you
Now
get
let's
stuck
go
in
home.
position. Can't do anything.
Affirmative. Mapping return sequence.
But
All
you
units
can shoot them
return
off
according
and
to
then chuck them at it.
instructions.
Which unfortunately I couldn't do because I do not have those kinds of arms equipped. Womp womp. Alright. Oh, wait. There's stuff over here. What's over here? Strides. Give. Take a silver raven on it. Why not? There's a scannable over here. I don't know if I have it yet. I have that one apparently. Is that one over here? Or is that just like a door? Yeah, it was just a door out of the corner of my eye. So yeah, that went well. Pretty painless. And I got a Riot Light blueprint. Neato Frandito. Which I think is a arc gun. In the model of those electrical pylons. So that's good stuff. Probably now I have the free mission to go and fight those at will. Which I'm guessing will probably be pretty painless. Give me that. actually, I can get repair now. Yeah. There should be almost zero circumstances where I need to use this. Almost zero. Then from there it'll be reload speed, because that's going to be really, really good when I go back to using non-reload based, using reload-based weapons anyway. Right now, I don't have those equipped. I have the arms, which you don't have to worry about reloading ever. It's almost set. It's about as good as that's gonna get. Head. Let's just confirm for myself. Yeah, I'll do shield shift and. Yeah, I think I'll go with outer lock-on range. If I were going with like a full outer build, I would probably. Ooh, that's tricky because you can't get. Which is worth more? Are they both 10%? They're both 10%. Yeah, probably then start the same way, but then instead of going to shield shift, you'd go down to blitz range and firing rate, and then lock on range. And then if I were going outer oriented, I'd probably, for this one anyway, I'd probably go with what's it called, the Skylifter, and whatever I would need in order to get that. Probably this lower route here, outer HP, then I don't know, probably grenade stock or something useless, I don't know. Who cares about grenades as an outer? I don't understand. I don't remember what this does. If you press the smash button while near a vehicle, you will blow it away. Okay. Wonder if there's a practical upshot to using that over the blade. Probably wind up going with blade too. If you're going full outer, you might as well, right? I guess. And at that point, stuff like the Femto isn't a bad idea either, but you're probably better off going with the blitz stuff. So yeah, now I have an ability I hopefully will never have to use, so that's good. That's superb. Free missions? Free missions. Destroy bolts. Complete within 180 seconds.
Mission briefing.
Hold my
Briefing will
ice
now
cream.
commence. This mission is a request from Zen. The colossal immortal, Bolt, has invaded Zen's territory. The immortal must be destroyed. Complete any necessary preparations. Then stand by and await dispatch. Briefing, oh.
Hangar. Equipment. Weapons. Shoulder. And... Oh, are these two different weapons entirely? Oh yeah, jeez Louise, are they? Yikes. That is objectively superior. But I'll probably go with the deadly drive because I can get right up in its grill and start beaming away. What I'll probably do is I will find a femto absorption zone. Yeah, if the femto absorption things for outers actually worked on the arsenal as well, they'd probably be worth taking because you could justify it with femto energy hungry builds. You can definitely make some energy hungry builds, but as far as I know, I was able to do a little research on. That is not the case. They're just
Approach complete. You have arrived at the mission area. Scanning battlefield. Femto particle density is high. Long-range radar will
just
be
get that absorbed because I'm gonna have to.
Initiating each arsenal's data link. Opening squad communications channel. Eliminate the colossal immortal.
Let me know before you get too hurt. Promise you'll come back alive.
I don't think there's much chance of not coming back alive at this point. That's a non-issue at this stage of the game.
The colossal immortal is receiving AI reinforcement.
And there we go. much I can do to it right now, so I'm not going to bother. I am going to go after... Alright. These things back here.
Cumulative damage to the target has reached 50%.
Need to be careful with that.
The colossal immortal is receiving AI reinforcements.
Oh, come on now. Jeez Louise, that's frustrating. There we go. Okay, now I go after these cores, and it'll be all but over.
Cumulative damage to the target has reached 75%. Cumulative damage to the target has reached 90%.
I keep double tapping when I don't want to, which is something I kept telling myself I would never do. Here we go. Easy. I don't know if that was in time to get all 3 of the bonuses.
Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized. Mapping return sequence.
I'll aim for them first next time.
Yeah, there we go. We did do it within 3 minutes. Perfect. I thought it was rather quick, but I wasn't sure how quick. Get myself repaired. Actually, I can double down. And how do I do that? No, not like that. No, not like that. Is it H, maybe? Q? No, definitely not. C? C. C is repair. And it does not drain femto. This is... I'll run this mission again and I'll show off how that works. How quickly it repairs. It's not very fast, unfortunately. Did not look fast when I saw the video of it. So, we'll see. Ah, nice job, dude. Oh, okay. I have Diablo on my team. Maybe that means he'll join me. That'll be neat. Added to my stable, so to speak, of recruitable characters. Rather him than Johnny G. Let's just... come on, there we go.
Approach complete.
I am not going to bother with the femto charging thing. I'm just going to get up in its face and break it.
Femto particle density is high. Long-range radar will be effective.
Whoosh.
Initiating
Don't you
each
shoot
arsenal
at me
state
there, boy.
Opening slot communications channel. Eliminate the colossal immortal.
One.
Play this by you like I usually do. Keep your enemies close.
Two.
Next.
Drop anything. I'm gonna go for these cores on its belly now. Preferably don't get stuck in a building though.
Cumulative damage to the target has reached 50%. Cumulative damage
Very
to the target
nice.
has reached 75%.
Mission. Oh. Ow! It hurts.
Cumulative damage to the target has reached 90%.
Are you not dead yet? Doesn't matter. You soon will be. is a problem, is it? There we go.
Mission complete.
Well, I did not take very much
Mission
damage, so
accomplishment recognized. Mapping return sequence.
we'll show off how quickly I do or do not repair. Is what? No, you did it again. No. It's C. And if you look up the upper left-hand corner, you see the VP bar increasing slowly but surely. It's something, and it does stack with the actual healing crate. So if you were in a expedition mission, and you said, "Hey, I've got to go repair 41k." That's not too bad. I'm gonna do that one more time, so I can have the data completed on that. Not offer missions, free missions. There we go. 41k is pretty fantastic, actually. That's really good. Do a couple of those, and I can get another body upgrade. In fact, part of me is like, go for it.
Approach complete. You have arrived at the mission area. Scanning battlefield. Femtoparticle density is high. Long-range radar will be affected. Initiating each arsenal's data link. Opening squad communications channel. Eliminate the colossal immortal. Cumulative damage to the target has reached 25%.
This is not the most productive use of my femto.
Damage to the target has reached 50%.
These are things underneath it. I see.
The colossal immortal is receiving AI reinforcements. Cumulative damage to the target has reached 75%.
That it has.
Cumulative damage to the target has reached 90%.
Gotta be a bit more careful than that.
The colossal immortal is receiving AI reinforcements.
There we go. I could have actually done that faster if I remembered to put on my assault shift.
Mission complete. Mission accomplishment
Status.
recognized. Mapping return sequence.
That. C, right? Yeah, C for heal. Okay. Very nice. That should do it. Nope, it's gonna put me just shy. Well, I'll do it one more time then. Won't complain about the credit gain. Credit gain is delicious. Plus, it's quick and painless. So I can't really argue with it. No active partner. This should go even faster because they are quite fragile. It scales with more AI. The more allies you have. I don't know if that's just the co-op missions though, or if these count for that as well.
Approach complete. You have arrived at the mission area. Scanning battlefield. Femtoparticle density is high.
I'm gonna go for the ones on its face first.
Initiating each arsenal's data link. Opening squad communications
Oh,
channel.
I can't target those. I have to go if I have to do this.
Cumulative damage to the target has reached 25%.
Yeah, no.
The colossal immortal is receiving AI reinforcements.
blast them.
Cumulative damage to the target has reached 75%. Cumulative damage to the target has reached 90%.
That should do it.
Mission complete.
Mission
accomplishment recognized. Mapping return sequence.
Gosh, I should hope it was a side goal cleared. I think I cleared that in like a minute flat. Except for that waiting period in the middle where it has to do the loop-de-loop, and you can't really do much to it too easily. Alright, very nice. But yeah, I keep waiting for news as to whether they're going to do like a proper expansion or something like the Armored Core series tended to get. I'm going to save. How much cash do I have? 174k? Shoot. That's actually pretty respectable. Let me use some of that. Uh, 85 to 100. Actually, I can get this tree taken care of, but I'd rather chip away at this one, I think. Interesting that that one is cheaper. No matter. Cyborg scum. Hi. Well, it's nice to see you too, Greater Fiend. 00. Cyborg scum. I'll take any advantage I can get. Not that reload is going to help me much with dual gun arms on my arsenal. But hey, no. Ah. Playing like a real man, woman, or Homo sapiens member. I see how it is. I may wind up making a new character because somebody's come out with because you can only have one save, but somebody came out with not a save editor, but a save manager, I guess you could call it, where you could basically copy the save data over and then switch between different save files, which the game otherwise doesn't let you do. But this particular program apparently does. I don't think it lets you edit, which is good, because I kind of would want to, but I might do I could always just wipe the in-body modification. Where are you? Yeah, restore original organic body. So you can do that whenever. Game's pretty loosey-goosey, but then of course you have to spend all the money to get the upgrades again, which is its own can of worms. So yeah, thanks for checking it out, checking me out, Greater Fiend 0000. It is appreciated. Unidentified structure in the neutral zone.
Mission briefing. Briefing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my biggest gripe with the upgrade system is, well, no, it's not really a gripe per se. It's more that like you can't. It's all or nothing. You either go all in on a route on the upgrade tree, or you don't bother really. And the aesthetics, of course, are a mixed bag for sure. So some of the cyborg parts are absolutely hideous. They're really, really, really ugly. Like, oh my goodness, why would I put that on my body? And they're just hard tied to whatever upgrade you're going for.
Is a request from Orbital.
I haven't kept too close an eye on the modding scene to see whether or not someone's come up with a way to... Yeah, exactly. Really makes you realize you're giving up your humanity for buffs. Yeah, exactly. It does, and I do appreciate that. But are we really human anyway?
An unidentified structure that does not belong to any consortium has
Oh
been
wait, this
discovered
isn't
in the neutral zone.
this isn't Xenoblade Chronicles X, where we're all actually androids. massive spoilers for Xenoblade Chronicles X, I guess. Uh, like, yeah, metahuman. Exactly. It's transhumanism, where you're everting, you're becoming something more or other than human. In this case, edging slowly towards that technological singularity point, which I guess in the universe of Daemon X Machina has already happened, and everything kind of went to shit as a result.
Your objective is to investigate this structure. To maintain confidentiality, this will be a solo mission. Complete any necessary preparations, then stand by and await dispatch.
What I also compare it to is nexts in Armored Core, where they're kind of, it's not, it is, I think, expressly and explicitly stated that there are nexts out there that are literally just a brain in a box hooked into incredibly advanced computing machinery that are piloting Armored Cores. By the time you get to like Armored Core 4 or so, I'm pretty sure that's like a hard confirmed thing, that this is a thing that happens. People just say, humanity, who needs it? I'm gonna pilot a giant robot and I'll just be a brain in a box. Yeah, like Ein. Say what one will about Iron-Blooded Orphans, but it had its moments. It was a show, and I have some strong opinions when it comes to my mecha franchises. As any longtime viewer will know, Fragath has very strong mecha franchise opinions. What's happening to Macross lately? But Iron-Blooded Orphans, I actually, I know a bunch of people I knew who were watching the show at the same time kind of all gave it a lot of shit. And it deserves some crap, because I guess the way I describe Iron-Blooded Orphans is it's this show with mountains of really brilliant ideas that are great, fresh ideas for Gundam, not necessarily new ideas in science fiction, but great new ideas for Gundam that are completely bogged down in a plot and characters and execution of portrayal of series that just boggles the mind. It's like, so many good ideas, and it either doesn't do enough with them, or you have to like dig through mountains of crap to see them. But I basically liked IBO. I thought Iron-Blooded Orphans was good and, well, had enough good ideas that it was able to counterbalance the really dry, dreary parts where it's like, nothing's happening. What are these people doing? I actually liked the ending of Iron-Blooded Orphans. Yes, I feel they limited themselves by needing to stay in the Gundam tropes as standalone. It's good. Not finished Season 2 yet, hoping it picks up. I will not spoil Season 2 for you then. I will not. I was about to. I'm glad you messaged before I could. The ending is divisive. Some people are very upset by the ending. I'll put it that way. But I won't reveal anything further on that. I think I might have also spoiled that on a previous stream, but so I don't know which one though. So be careful if you peruse my previous streams for whatever reason.
Briefing over.
But yeah, it's
An unidentified structure in the neutral zone?
Plot time.
An immortal base, perhaps.
No, this building is man-made.
What makes you so certain?
The neutral zone is surrounded on all three sides by Consortium territory. It's impossible for immortals or corrupted AI to enter.
Impossible? I find that claim absurd, to say the least. What is this neutral zone, anyway?
Land that offers no territorial advantage or resources to claim. No Consortium believes its occupation to be a profitable endeavor.
An unidentified building in worthless land.
It could be a facility in violation of the treaty, but I don't know why anyone would build such a thing.
Very well. I understand. The Five Hells will decline this mission.
Affirmative. How unfortunate.
Innocence is bowing out of this one, too.
What's wrong? Do not decline on my account. This mission clashes with our ideals of justice, nothing more. Surely it would profit you better.
Maybe, but regardless, innocence is out. Good day.
He's in quite the rush. I understand that the purpose of this mission is to maintain order within the Oval Link. Even so, our family holds no obligation to that purpose. This mission seems more suited to you anyway, rookie. If you'll excuse me.
Yeah, so Greater Fiend 00 says, I did like the remakes they were doing for original Gundam. Hope that continues going. I know it was mostly about Char, but still cool to see the verse updated. So Gundam the Origin. Other things I have lots of opinions on that maybe are going to be somewhat upsetting. Um, so what they did for the actual animated Gundam the Origin animation OVA series is they took this one very specific chunk of the Gundam the Origin manga, which is this interlude that happens, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, after Jaburo in series, and they basically do this prequel of it. And it's like, here, let's have this big prequel chunk, which is, as you say, very much focused on Char, and it's an interesting take on Char, where it's less, oh, Char Aznable is going to be this, he's the villain, the antagonist everybody likes to get behind because, oh, he's fighting for truth, justice, and the Zeonzum Daikun way, and it's like, well, no, actually, he's a cold-blooded psychopath, and yes, conveniently has a brother from another mother, twin, who he takes the place of and totally lures to his death. It's an interesting take. That they took just that chunk is sort of interesting. So the Gundam the Origin manga is kind of like a giant retelling of the original 0079 Kido Senshi Gandamu. Amuro Ray, the RX-78-2 and all that. Done primarily by I can't remember his name. Yas. Y-A-S. Yasuhiko? Eluding my name. Basically the character artist for the original Gundam series. And he basically does this manga series, which is gorgeous, and has some excellent scenes. And it kind of serves to go and take the original animated series, the movie trilogy that was made for it, some of the stuff they added for the movie trilogy, and then like one or two tiny sprinklings of things from the Mobile Suit Gundam novelization by Tomino himself, and then kind of like jam it together into a more cohesive whole. And part of that is represented in that prequel section, where it's kind of like the prequel section is kind of really where it goes out on its own limb and is like, let's hypothesize how we've got all these intimations and ideas and assumptions that the viewer has to make and the audience has to make about what went down before the start of the 1-year war, and that kind of fleshes a lot out, mostly through the lens of the rise of Char Aznable as a character, and a lot of it's pretty cool. I think there's some really interesting takes there, like the one that makes Zeonzum Daikun look kind of like his father, Char's father, Kasfal's father, seemed like a total, well, maybe more of an overwrought and strung out nutbar than maybe he otherwise would have been perceived. I think it kind of largely still manages to keep slightly on the down low whether or not he was outright murdered, but it's a safe assumption that the Zabis had a hand in his fall. I don't remember if the the OVA series makes that more explicit or not, but from what I remember of the manga, which incidentally I highly recommend collecting if you ever want a project to a manga series to collect. The Gundam The Origin manga series is totally worth it. There are some of the best presentation you could ever hope for. Hardbound, gorgeous, glorious watercolor for significant key scenes. Really, really, really high quality release. I forget who did the publishing in the States anyway. I assume they did the same for Europe. Who is it who did the release? One sec, I'm having to shift over on my library wall here to look. Vertical Inc. Did the Western localization. Highly recommend it. It has a really interesting twist that they do towards the end in terms of changing some events that go down in the for the ending of Mobile Suit Gundam, which I think is one of its most endearing qualities to me. Normally I don't like, changing the source material too much, but it's a really interesting change that really leads well into the Zeta era. So it's pretty neat, and I don't want to really spoil what that's all about, but I definitely recommend collecting that and reading that. It's very entertaining. If you liked the Gundam The Origin OVA series, I highly recommend getting that as well.
Probe has made contact with the structure.
Is this purported
Please
probe?
remain on guard until the investigation is complete. Alert. 3 unidentified arsenals approaching, releasing weapon safety mechanisms.
Yeah, I hear you with that, Greater Feet. Sounds interesting. I'll have to give it a look.
Sorry, but I need you to abandon this mission.
Oh, these guys.
Just turn around and return to base. Got it?
I hope these guys like getting bullied.
Crow, the rookie doesn't know what you're talking about. Just explain the situation.
Explain? You want me to explain this?
Yes, explain.
But...
Listen, Rookie. If that tower gets destroyed, it's gonna be real bad for us. Can't you just stand down and pretend you didn't see anything?
Unauthorized mission participation and interference is prohibited. Disregard their protests and carry out the mission.
So, you're not gonna stand down. Okay, fine. Then we'll just have to do everything in our
Tropey,
power
but
to stop
overall likable. That's a good description. There's... part of that, I think, has to do with Yasuhiro, I think his name is. He's really good at what he does. A lot of it is because a lot of their core characters, certainly for the original characters, they're all from the original, I should say. Ones from the original are all pretty much intact. Like you'll hear, like when Kai is speaking, you hear his voice. It's uncanny, and I approve of that. The characters hold up well. The new characters feel very much the same in that regard, where they largely hold up well in their own way. And most of the time, it's just seeing them in a new light, or in the case of Char, turning him into a raging sociopath, which is kind of a mixed bag, but at the same time, yeah, it makes sense. You'd be ruthless, and then it kind of makes his shift to Quattro and then back again make a bit more sense in its way. There we go. That was easy. Wow.
Sorry I'm late. Wait, the battle's already started?
Oh, is this going to be a 1v5? Neat. Well, I took out 3 already.
What's going on?
This is the end of the line for me.
Yeah, the switch you can flip. Exactly.
Rigid, you guys got this.
I don't know how to tell these guys, but these guys don't got this at all. Never forgive you. Okay.
Why? Why can't I win?
Oh no.
If I gotta take you down with me, so be it!
Don't kill yourself over it, lady. Oh. Oh, we're doing that, I guess?
Why?
Sorry, Rigid. There was no other way.
Why, though?
Jack!
It's alright. Besides, it's not like we can die.
What?
Let's talk about this as a family.
You've been impaled, friend. Maybe that's a mistranslation, I don't know.
What have I done?
This, of course, being the classic Lala getting skewered by Amuro thing, I guess. A nod, if you will.
Please don't destroy the tower just yet. That way, we can...
Yep, okay. That kind of came out of nowhere.
Receiving structural information from the investigation probe.
Yeah, the plot on this game is,
Mission complete.
well,
Mission
it is what it
accomplishment
is.
recognized. The orbital
I won't
committee
knock
will
it
determine
because
how
I
best to
need
deal
my,
with this
you know,
structure.
armored core-like fix real bad.
Well done. Mapping return sequence.
Thanks. Just, I'll take that, and, I'll take one of those, and, where are the other 3 dead bodies? Oh, right over here. Best part is, I didn't kill any of these people, but they're all acting like it's life and death, and I'm all like, okay. Do what you gotta do. Where are the other ones? I can't see my radar. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's why my radar's all messed up. That thing. Okay. I'll take the Super Raven because it's a 3 slot, and I don't have one of those, so I'll take it. Machine gun limbs. This place is very important for them, yeah. But even so, I'll give them credit for that. It's just, it seems like the whole, your character being the mercenary thing just went from let's not really take that idea seriously to about 60 in about 0 seconds. So that was an abrupt tonal shift, I guess. I'm just not sure why the guy saw fit to throw himself in front of the giant sword. Oh, really? You're gonna do that? Why not just, I don't know, hit him from the side? Ah, whatever. Whatever. It's okay. I'm used to it. It's Japan.
Boros project. I had written it off as uninspired. To think it would bear such unexpected fruit. Is she?
That's close enough. Back the hell off. Now, how much do you know?
Everything.
Oh, that's
What are you
pretty
gonna do with
all-encompassing
us?
there, friend.
Nothing.
Why should I believe you? If you're here to mess with my brothers and sisters, I'll...
Glower
That's
at him.
enough, P1.
Wait, he's got a number name?
Don't call me that. Don't ever call us that!
Oh, I get it now. I see.
Struck a nerve, have I? Well, I don't care what you call yourself. Fate has a plan for the 5 of you.
Excuse me?
You and your family don't need to understand. Soon the threads will cross and weave the future that should come to pass. Until that time comes, you will help me merely by surviving. I understand that's your specialty.
Hey, wait! I'm not done with you!
What I would not give for like an expanded lore book for this game, though. Then again, I don't think very many of the armored cores got something like that. That'd be nice.
No. Just myself.
Well, Rigid's sleeping. Try to keep it down, okay?
Yeah. Sorry. What's gonna happen to us? To the Oval Link?
think of the upshot, though. Now Rigid is going to turn into an even better and badder new type than she already was, right? That's how it works.
Hi. Sorry to call you out of the blue like this. Hey, don't look at us like that. We're not ghosts.
Can you blame them? It looks like we died out there. I mean, technically we did die, but you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. Explain, Chill.
Chill, you're just going to make this more confusing.
What? But I thought we all agreed to tell the rookie the truth about us.
We can't just tell them everything, though. We don't need them getting wrapped up in our drama.
Too late. I watched someone murder a family member in front of my very eyes. I think I'm wrapped up in drama already.
We don't? Then maybe I've already said too much.
Let's get down to business, shall we? First things first, Crow and Rigid are fine. Rigid's not feeling too hot at the moment, so Crow is watching over her.
By the way, no hard feelings about what happened during that mission. When it's all said and done, we're still alive, and you were just following orders.
As for that tower, all I can say is that it's definitely in violation of the treaty. You could even say it's the Consortium's dirty little secret. So far, the 5 of us have depended on it to survive. Personally, I think we're better off without it.
Think about what you're saying. What happens to us if the Ouroboros Tower is gone?
You're thinking about it all wrong. That thing is the reason we're even...
Stop fighting, both of you. The rookie doesn't know what to do about that tower, and frankly, neither do we. I know it's what's keeping us alive. But I also think there's no reason for it to exist.
Even you, Jack?
I'm convinced now, though. Orbital is up to something strange. Either that, or at least one consortium is plotting something.
Things are starting to shift inside the Oval Link.
Watch yourself out there, rookie. Don't go getting yourself killed over our speculation. I want you to live.
Me too. I want us all to survive this.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I'm not asking you to understand our situation. I'm sure Bullet Works and the Western Seven have their own issues to sort out. You probably do too, right, Rookie?
Well, I should go. I want to see how Rigid is doing.
Later, Rookie. Now let's go on a real date sometime when things get less weird, okay?
Alrighty.
We're not really the dating type, actually. But I'm sure we'll see each other again on the battlefield.
Well, that was fantastic. They made all sorts of allusions, but told me absolutely nothing. So that's good. No specifics whatsoever. What is this, Armored Core? Yes. Yes, it might as well be. Oh, Armored Core games, you have such plots. I kid. I love Armored Core. The plots in Armored Core games are something special. 4 is where things started to get really kind of obtuse. Yeah, that's kind of the conclusion I was coming to. Somehow, the tower allows them to, if not revive from the dead, then at least, even though they did directly say they can revive from the dead, so I guess, yes, it absolutely helps them revive from the dead. But yeah, something like that. They might either be androids or fancy super soldier clones or what have you. Something along those lines, which makes sense in its way, I guess. It's science fiction. We can do what we want within certain reasonable boundaries. Green tea. What does that even do? Evasion speed is an outer? Why would I want that? Special. Alright. So I think I am going to have to call it for today, though. But I do this every single Monday. As long as my schedule permits, which is most of the time, and especially lately. Hooray! Living in a time of plague. So daily reminder to wash your hands and you know, maintain that whole 6 feet distance if you possibly can. Don't go out to any massive meeting groups. If you had any plans for going to any conventions, well, they've probably been canceled by now. And that's probably for the best, because we're trying to improve the human condition, gosh darn it, or at least maintain a semblance of civilization not being destroyed by a plague, which it shouldn't. It's only got a between 1 and 5% mortality rate, right? Right? No exact figures on that yet, sadly, and maybe never will, because thanks, China. There we go. The Chinese goons are going to come after me now because I've revealed the dirty secret. Chinese statistics are not accurate. It doesn't matter. I also do other streams throughout the week, such as a Warframe Wednesdays stream, where I do Warframey things for a couple hours every Wednesday morning, and then a Storytime Saturdays stream, where I read short stories and or full novels during the course of the stream. Yeah, that's about it. I've got, I'm going to now be regularly posting the actual links where people can watch those, finally. It's only taken me an entire year to get around to doing that and stop being lazy. On my YouTube channel, they should all be archived and therefore pretty easily visible, and easy to get a hold of, if for later and subsequent viewing. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, Greater Fiend 00, and anyone else who may have tuned in that I can't see due to the statistics tracker I've got only picking up statistics and metadata from anybody. But yeah, yeah, no, okay, bro, you take it easy and I'll catch you next week. Okay, then, I'll see you when I see you. But yeah, I will keep doing these. I am planning on, in light of the newfound free time I have, doing more streams, so I might wind up doing like 2 Mecha Monday and then Mecha Tuesday, and then geez, I'm gonna have to come up with alliterative names for all of these. How am I gonna do that? What's a Mecha related T name that could go with Tuesday? I don't know. Titan Tuesday? But they're not all giant robots are gigantic. Okay, that's a dumb thing to say. But Tech Tuesday. Yeah, there we go. There we go. But yeah, I like that. You see? Greater Fiend. In it to win it. This man saving my bacon. Man, woman, or other possible biped humanoid. I have no idea. I can't see any actual information on what you are, which is probably for the best. He could indeed be a robot, for all I know, or a android of some kind, and that would be cool too, because that'd be neat. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. See you when I see you. I'll try and do these. I try and keep to my regular schedule, and yeah, have a good one. Stay safe. That's it, really, and enjoy life. Gosh darn it, it's worth living. I think. Especially if there's giant robots.